Chapter 3.2, Simplifying Expressions. The definitions for this lesson are like terms and coefficient. A like term are terms that have the same variable factors. So for example, 2x and 4x are considered like terms because they are both multiplied by x. A coefficient is the number that goes in front of your variable. It's the number factor of the equation 3y or 5b or 12x. I'd also like to review the distributive property. So here in this example, we have x times 3 plus 9. If I were to use the distributive property, I would distribute the multiplication of x to each of the 3 and the 9. So I would rewrite it as 3x plus 9x. The reverse is true. If I have two terms with like terms, so here I have 2y plus 9y, I can do what's called factoring. And I can factor out the common factor, which in this case is y. It's kind of like the reverse distributive property. I'm going to take the y out. So I would have y times 2 plus 9. Now, why is this important? Let's go ahead and let's look at example 1 here. 5x plus 9 plus 2x minus 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the associative property and I'm going to reorder, the commutative property, and I'm going to reorder these so that my like terms are together. Variables always go first. So 5x plus 2x plus 9 minus 4. Then I'm going to take this 5x and 2x and I'm going to add them together. And my answer is going to be 7x. Now, why is 5x plus 2x 7x? Let's go back here to my factored problem. Here I have y times 2 plus 9. I'm going to solve according to the order of operations. 2 plus 9 is 11 times y, which we also call 11y. So 2y plus 9y equals 11y. So instead of using the factoring, like I did down here in the distributive property, I can just add 5x plus 2x. 5 plus 2 is 7, so my answer is 7x. Rewrite the rest of the problem. 7x cannot be joined with 9 or 4 because they do not have a common term. Neither 9 nor 4 is multiplied by x. However, I can combine 9 minus 4, which is 5. So my final simplified answer is 7x plus 5. Without knowing a value for x, this is as far as I can go. Okay? Example 2. 2/3 times 12y plus 9 plus 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to expand my problem before I can simplify it. By expanding it means I'm going to use the distributive property and distribute this 2/3. So 2/3 times 12y, I'm going to put over 1 because I like to multiply fractions by fractions, plus 2/3 times 9 over 1 plus 4. So I've taken this 2/3 and distributed it to each of these terms. So now I'm going to change colors for fun. I'm going to cross cancel. And I'm going to cross cancel. And I'm going to get 2 times 4 is 8. 8y plus 2 times 3 is 6 plus 4. I cannot add 8y to either 6 or 4 because neither 6 nor 4 have y as a term, but I can add 6 plus 4. I'm going to move my parentheses. So my final answer is 8y plus 10. Again, without having a value for y, this is as far as I can go. Okay, example 3. I can use the distributive property to rewrite an addition expression as the product of two factors, meaning I can multiply things together. This process that I explained way back here, this process is called factoring. So how do I apply factoring to example 3? I'm going to use the greatest common factor. So here in example A, I want to factor 4x plus 14. Well, I need to know what is the GCF of 4 and 14. The greatest common factor is 2. So I'm going to rewrite my problem, 4x plus 14. I'm going to remove 2, or I'm going to divide both numbers by 2. But I can't just get rid of them. So my problem becomes 2 times 2x plus 7. 14 divided by 2 is 7. There's my common factor. 4x divided by 2 is 2x. So my problem becomes 2 times 2x plus 7. I can also think of it as if I have 4x plus 14, I'm going to take out a 2. So if I'm taking out a 2 out of both of these, or a factor of 2, what I'm left with is 2x plus 7. The best way to go to make sure that you're doing that correctly is to double check. Okay? Multiply it back out. 2 times 2x is 4x, 2 times 7 is 14. So let's look at another example, problem B. 12y minus 6. The greatest common factor of 12 and 6 equals 6. So I'm going to remove or divide by 6. So 6 times 2y minus 1. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 1 is 6. So this is my final answer. Okay? Go ahead and complete the quick checks and the CYU, and I will answer any questions the next time I see you.